Hello, Leo. This is Barb at Mystic Door Tarot, and this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of March 29th through April 4th. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. And please subscribe, hit that like button, and join me daily for my quick glance daily readings. Now keep in mind, these are general readings and will not resonate with everyone. You can obtain a private reading by clicking the link to my website below. And also be sure to watch your sun, moon, or rising signs, which might resonate with you more and collectively give you more information for this particular week. And I'm working with the very colorful Groovy Waite tarot deck for this week's reading. So let's get started and see what your cards are indicating for you this week. Your first card, Leo. Six of Cups. And the Two of Cups. And the Four of Cups. Okay, Leo. And your Shaman Dream Oracle cards for your direction this week is Will-o'-the-Wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. And your crystal for the week, Leo, Chiastolite. This is going to be interesting, Leo. And let me grab, I have a very small chiastolite crystal. I need to get a larger one, but it shows the four directions, the elements. So, okay, Leo. So at first glance here, you have a lot of cup energy this week, Leo, which is an indication of your emotions and your feelings. And I'm picking up, you're kind of revisiting the past, people that are no longer here that you're thinking about. And the other energy I'm picking up is it's all in divine timing. So the timing might be off for some of you for certain things. And you actually realize it, Leo. So your first card, Leo, here is the Six of Cups, which can be a card in which you might be thinking of something from the past, memories, possibly people from the past. Could also indicate somebody unexpected from your past shows up this week. And I'm picking up, this is all very positive energy. But sometimes the Six of Cups energy combined with different cards, which you don't have, can indicate somebody you don't want to show up. But again, that's not the case this week, Leo. There's a lot of reminiscing. So some of you actually might be going through old photographs or possessions, maybe doing some, what I'm going to say, spring cleaning. And that's causing you to have these feelings of nostalgia. Now, first, for some Leos, the Six of Cups just might be representing how you're feeling going into the week. It's just a very nice feeling of love and happiness, just a carefree attitude. Almost like when something's been lifted off your shoulders. It's kind of like no worries and how you were as a child. Now, the Six of Cups is Scorpio's card, so there can be some really passionate feelings or intense feelings, possibly with remembering some of the experiences from your past. And this card's ruled by the sun, which is your whole being. You are the sun. And it's associated with your identity, your character, your personal drives. So it could very well be you might be looking at some old photographs of when you were much younger and just kind of enjoying seeing how things were back then. And then also the number 6 energy of this card just brings in harmony and balance and love and happiness. It's a really feel good feeling. 6 is also the number of the third eye chakra, which is your perception and your intuition. So you're perceiving things in a very good light this week, Leo. Now, your next card here is the Two of Cups. And this is one of my favorite Two of Cups in all the decks that I have. You know, make love, not war. That saying should come back again. Now, this card showing up is an indication of more of a bond or union between two individuals. This could almost be like possibly you're hooking up with someone. The Two of Cups usually represents kind of like a soulmate, someone that's going to be with you to the very end, a very long lasting relationship for some Leos here. You might be finding your soulmate this week. Now, this can also be in regards to maybe teaming up with someone, maybe some sort of partnership. Possibly you're doing a project together, or it might be a business partnership. So it's a bond or union, kind of like the coming together of two or more of something, starting something new. So, in general, the Two of Cups shows up, can be representing a romantic attraction, could be the indication of a marriage, could be actually coming to a compromise with someone, that kind of the give and take between the two of you, could be a new friendship. But one thing is for certain when this card, the Two of Cups, shows up in a reading, it represents equality and balance, the mutual give and take between the two individuals, especially in regards to emotional support and understanding. And you have all this cup energy this week. Now, this is actually Cancer's card, so it's very devoted, giving, generous, and it's ruled by Venus. So there you go. Need I say more? And the number two energy of this card is when two come together. And two has to do with balance and harmony. So for some Leos, this is an indication of some kind of bond, some kind of union or relationship. And for some of you, it's more of a romantic nature, maybe possibly finding your soulmate this week. And this is actually Cancer's card, so could be a Cancer individual. Now, your next card here is the Four of Cups. And the fourth cup shows up when this card, when it shows up, it's when you want to spend some time by yourself, Leo, and just kind of think about things. What are you feeling? What do you want to do? And when the Four of Cups does show up in a reading, it's that the cups are like, they're like offering possibly opportunities or directions you could go in, especially with the divine hand here presenting you with one particular cup, really calling to you. And with this card, at this time, Leo, you're kind of not choosing any of them, as you're kind of feeling it's not the right timing. And that's what I kept picking up earlier. The timing is somehow off. So you're just going to kind of stay put where you are, and maybe you feel there's something better and you're just kind of holding off, Leo. The only thing to be concerned about with this card showing up is to kind of get stuck where you're just not moving at all in any direction. But I feel, Leo, most of you know exactly what you're doing. Now, this card's ruled by the moon. So this is about trusting your intuition. And your intuition right now, Leo, is telling you to just kind of wait and hold off. Something might not be so apparent, as this is ruled by the moon. So the moon likes to reveal its secrets in divine timing. So that's what I just keep picking up. It's not the right time. So, with that being said, you need to just stay rooted, just rational and practical. Now, your numerology here for your tarot cards is number 12, which reduces down to 3. So there's something else brewing here, Leo. Number 3 is new beginnings. Now, that can pertain to your Two of Cups card for the Leos that might be hooking up with a new love relationship. But for the other Leos, there's something new on the horizon. Might not show up this week, but there's definitely something coming in. And that's why you might be passing on those 4 cups in this card. You sense that it's not the right time, Leo. Now, your oracle card for the week is from the new Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, and you received Will-o'-the-Wisp. Look at this energy. And as it indicates on the card here, treasures hidden in the shadows. Now, the message and what we see here on this card is the Will-o'-the-Wisp hovers in her luminescent glory. She's whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, the unknown, Leo. And for many Leos, you have been visited by her before. And even though you were intrigued, you refused her invitation. You decided it's going to be safer to remain on the journey you're familiar with. And even though you always have a choice as to whether to follow her or not, you never know when you might encounter this entity again. But it's a very inviting and appealing energy. So the Will-o'-the-Wisp is showing up once again to offer you magic, but you're going to have to sacrifice certainty for the pursuit of an adventure. You're going to have to sacrifice your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery and your well-trodden path for the detours that might very well lead you astray. So for some Leos, you could possibly have a shift or an epiphany this week, and you're going to jump into the unknown. Because with this card and message showing up, it's indicating now's the time to trust your higher forces to lead you into this place, this hidden world. It's a place where you're standing at the threshold between what was and what can be. And for many of you, I'm picking up that's exactly what you're contemplating here with the Four of Cups. So, Leo, if you have a strong co-partnership with Spirit, tap into that this week, as there might be signs and messages, important ones that you need to listen to so that you can make the right decision. Because there's that one phrase that just keeps coming up is all about timing. So for some of you, it's going to be the right time. For others, no. And so even though possibly what's being shown here on your Four of Cups card is not something you're interested in, the Will-o'-the-Wisp message and card is indicating being able to see yourself standing right at the threshold of what was and what could be. So this is kind of like a glimpse into the future. Maybe your future self, what you could possibly become. So the Will-o'-the-Wisp is here for you right now, wondering, will you accept her invitation? And that's the message surrounding this card. It's a very positive one. There is a great bounty of goodness that awaits you. It's up to you, Leo, if you want to take advantage of it. And this is a very spiritual experience in cards. So you need to be really tapped into your higher self to understand what this card and message is indicating for you. And that brings us to the fact that your angels and guides have suggested the chiastolite crystal, which in itself is a little bit unusual, but it has to do with your past loved ones. And you actually could have been thinking about them here with your Six of Cups card. Now, with this crystal, this card, this message could be indicating that your past loved ones are trying to communicate with you, Leo, wanting to send you signs and signals, some messages. There is any number of ways that these can come through. It can be physical sensations where you feel like a tingling or you feel that somebody is near you, but no one's physically there. Sometimes they can appear outdoors in nature through, like, when you notice birds or butterflies, hummingbirds coming up like really unusually close. And you can then look up the spiritual meaning for that. And one which I've experienced is when like electrical devices will turn off or on, or light bulbs will flicker or burn out. These are all signs. That's not coincidence. Now, not all Leos will resonate with the Oracle card messages this week, but you need to open yourself up to the possibility that there is a connection to your past loved ones, as well as a strong connection to spirit. Now, for the Leos that meditate, tune into your higher self. They will understand and you'll receive the messages that you're meant to. Now, for other Leos, you might want to consider introducing spirituality into your life. Meditate on a daily basis. And the chiastolite crystal is good for sitting and meditating and connecting and getting messages from the beyond. So, in summary, here for your week ahead, Leo, your tarot cards are all the cups energy, indicating a lot of emotions and feelings happening this week. We first have the Six of Cups, which is maybe a trip down memory lane. Possibly some of you might be going to a class reunion. Some might be doing some spring cleaning, coming across some old yearbooks or photo albums, and just kind of enjoying looking back as to what once was. And this is definitely very positive energy. Then your Two of Cups card is an indication of a strong bond or union between two individuals. Now, for those of you that are already partnered up, this is kind of a change to your existing partnership. It's strengthening it. Something might be happening this week where you're showing more love and affection for each other. And then for the single Leos, the Two of Cups usually shows up when there could be a possible friendship or a love relationship being introduced to you. And since the Two of Cups is Cancer's card, it is possible that it could be this water sign. But for other Leos, this could be a business partnership, could be hooking up with someone, doing a project, or starting a business together. Now, the Four of Cups here is where it gets a bit tricky. This is where you're seeing that there are several opportunities in front of you, but you're kind of not interested in those at this time, and maybe with good reason. There's a lot of divine blessings on this card. You've got the rainbow here in the background. That's divine blessings coming in. And also, literally, the divine handing you a particular cup, which might tie into your Will-o'-the-Wisp Oracle card for some of you. Now, others, you just might be feeling the timing's not right and you feel that there's something more or better in the future. So you're kind of staying put and not making any changes at this time. This can be a time where the spiritual Leos are really connecting, tuning in, you might say, fine tuning your spiritual connection, tapping into possibly a different dimension. I see some of you going to the next level. That's about the best way I can describe it, or the easiest way. And your Shaman card, your direction, Will-o'-the-Wisp, as it says on the card here, treasures hidden in the shadows. But it's those shadows that kind of make you uncertain, Leo. And this is a spiritual being that you've come across a couple of times. And this is where divine timing comes into play. For some of you, you feel it's not the right timing. For others, you might step into the fog, the unknown. But the will o' the wisp offers and indicates you have to sacrifice certainty for that pursuit of an adventure, and you have to sacrifice stepping out of your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery. And instead of your usual path, you might encounter detours that will lead you in the wrong direction. But then again, they might not. So for the spiritual Leos, this will speak to you. Some of you will have an epiphany if you want the risk, the detour, and then enter into the unknown. This card's indicating now that it is time to trust higher forces to lead you into this place, this threshold. This is a very special threshold between what was and what can be. It's almost like a glimpse into your possible future, which is very inviting. But there's a lot of sacrifice stepping into that energy. It's a decision the spiritual Leos will have to make. And I believe this is where you can achieve like the next dimensional level, meditating. Now, your angels and guides are suggesting the chiastolite crystal to meditate with, to connect to past loved ones, as some of them are trying to come through with messages and guidance, possibly letting you know they're all right, possibly pointing you in a different direction than what you're taking. Once again, this is more for the spiritual Leos that connect with their higher self and spirit, to be able to tap into this level, this dimension, to connect with past loved ones and receive messages and connect with spirit. So, Leo, you have a very interesting reading this week, as there's a lot of good feelings and memories, and possibly some of you are going to hook up with the love of your life. But there's a lot of spirituality and hesitancy to go to that next level. So the main thing you have to understand and determine if it's the right timing for you, as this will o' the wisp entity here is once again presenting you with the opportunity to go to what I consider is the next level of dimension than what you're on, in regards to when you connect with spirit and you meditate. And that can be a little bit unnerving. And it's certainly the unknown. And it's kind of opening up that door, and maybe you're not sure if you really want to open it up. So the timing has to be right for you, Leo, to go through that kind of experience. So for this week, Leo, can be reminiscing for some of you, hooking up or forming a union with another, and for others, it could be a truly enlightening and spiritual experience and level you might be embarking on this week. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe and help support my channel if you haven't already, and check out my website for a private reading. Love and abundance to my Leo family.